just get started with the food. Okay, I'm not angry this time, so there's that. Welcome to PJ Party Time.
PJ Party
It's
Time.
probably really
woo.
loud. I don't know. Using this mic for the first time. If it's terrible, okay, whatever. Deal with it.
It works.
We just got back from what's it called now?
Holiday in the Park. It's the same as last year.
Okay, Six Flags Magic Mountain. I thought it was like Festival of Lights for some reason.
No, it's been Holiday in the Park.
Okay, yeah, it did look like all the same theming.
Kind of. That's the only thing that stayed the same.
Yeah, things are different there, for better and for worse. We'll get to it. So, is this our? How many times have we been
To Six Flags?
for Christmas? Is this? Did we?
Third time.
This is the third time.
Yeah, the first time we went, it was like 2021. We didn't eat anything. We just walked through,
Yeah, we just looked at the lights.
which was very lovely. And then last year we ate food, but we did not film it, which I'm kind of bummed because it would be interesting to see last year's and this year's in comparison.
So different vibes.
I think the food wise, I think they're doing something different. I don't know if it's necessarily better and upping the game. To me, it seems like they're trying to utilize less people and like less items on the menu by doing these bigger things that they can sell for a higher price.
I don't feel like there was fewer options though. I think they had the same amount of options.
But not as like last year they were smaller portions and like
Everything was smaller portions.
more of like
last
a tasting
year.
situation.
This year, like the stars of the show were all like full on meals.
Like hefty meals. Like you've got the bread bowls. Like we got cups of soup last year. Now you're required to get the whole bread bowl.
Yeah.
That like triples the price essentially. And doubles.
The only soup that wasn't in a bread bowl was the pozole.
Which has an asterisk by it.
Which
they can
They might have it.
It's subject to change. That one in particular.
I think they had everything though. So
They did.
So that's an
yeah,
improvement.
that is a plus.
And the staff was
Adequate, yes.
yeah, they actually seemed to know what was going on, and the lines were, except for one area, it was all in the regular food area, so like Food ETC, Full Throttle Sports Bar, the potato place. And then you go to Metropolis, and they had the booths that they had at the Oktoberfest, basically.
And those were very specialized. It was like there was a special like s'mores one, and they've got the bread bowl with the soups, and I think there was a hot chocolate bar.
There's a hot chocolate one, and then the other one was all just sweets.
Oh,
like
desserts.
pies and
such.
such.
Yes. I don't know. Well, I think we were lucky this time because in the past, our gripe was that the food festivals were in the regular lines and those were lengthy.
Yeah.
Like we were lucky. I feel like we didn't have like most people were ordering just like regular food items. We actually didn't see too many of the holiday offerings, like people buying those.
Yeah. Except in like the Metropolis area where people are
Yes.
buying the bread bowls and
Right.
and
The
s'mores
the hot chocolate line was
that was the big line. I don't know if I haven't decided if I like the changes or not. But basically we went to the potato place. They do baked potatoes. It's right when you get on the park, you go to the right next to the wings. And it was a baked potato with pulled pork,
cranberry sauce that was cranberry barbecue sauce essentially, and then feta cheese on top.
yeah, which was actually really good.
Yeah, and I know that in the video when we talked about it initially, we were like, "Oh, the feta didn't need it. It didn't necessarily need it,
It
but
didn't need the feta,
was,
but
it worked."
It was fine. The feta was fine, but it didn't need it.
Yeah.
But the potato itself was so good, and they sell those potatoes there all the time, but they don't. It's not these toppings. I think they just throw pulled pork on it and call it a
Yes,
day.
I think it was
usually.
like pulled pork and barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
And maybe cheese. Oh, I think I had like sour cream cheese.
Yeah, But this was good, and the potato itself is
Cooked so
good.
well.
First thing we got today is the holiday baked potato.
With a very festive cranberry sauce, pulled pork, and feta cheese. Nothing says holidays like feta cheese.
Maybe in Greece.
Yes.
It's a huge portion.
Yeah.
This was $16.50, so kind of expensive.
But quite stacked. I mean, I feel like this is a full-on meal.
It's a full-on meal. It could probably feed 4 people.
Definitely.
All right. I can smell the feta. It's like wafting. I don't know if it needs the feta, honestly.
It definitely does not. I think the cranberries are good.
The cranberries should even it out,
Yeah.
but it's got like barbecue sauce, I think.
It
so.
is very heavy barbecue sauce.
So it's already tangy, and then you got the tang of the feta.
Feta. Yeah. I would even say like a little more like a melty, slightly meltier cheese would be great.
Yeah, something to calm down the feta-ness.
Feta.
Otherwise, it's tasty.
It is really good. It's very comforting. And it is quite chilly, so it is nice.
Thing is, I want to eat the whole thing, and it's huge. And this is our first thing, and we got a lot more to do. So,
Yeah, these are pretty kind of big portions, at least for this one. I mean, this is a typical. They have these like baked potatoes here. Normally, they're pretty large.
this is better than their normal baked potato, though. I think they have the pulled pork already, but it just throw pulled pork on it, and that's kind of the end of it. I think this is better.
This is yummy.
Yeah, I want to keep eating it. So
I'm gonna keep eating it. Not all of it, but a lot of it.
try not to eat all of it.
Good.
Yeah, it was a good start.
Yes.
Good start. Only gripe. I think it was $16.59.
59? Yes.
So it's a
It's
pricey
steep.
potato.
Yes.
Pricey potato.
Yes. If that's the only thing you're eating, like, and you're eating that or splitting it, and that's like the only thing, that's fine because it's like $8 each.
It's huge.
Or like
It's huge.
that's your meal for the evening or the day.
Yeah. Next thing we went to food, etc., which I normally avoid like the plague. Not because it's bad, but
The lines.
the lines are just ridiculous there. Good nachos though.
Oh my gosh, I was eyeing those nachos. You know, if we weren't there for holidays in the park, I was like, ooh.
That's why people go there. That's just.
It looked really good.
And the food etc. had tamales that you could choose between chicken or pork.
Yeah, and we did. I feel like we both wanted to. We wanted to try both, but Wallet was saying, "Yo."
It was less than the potato. Not by much.
Like $1.
Like $1. Yeah, it was like
it
$1.
was a full-on plate, like platter situation. It had like a really big tamale.
Huge. It was like 2 tamales, basically.
Yeah, yeah, and very, very tasty. Refried beans and then chips and salsa.
Yeah. And it was a good tamale actually. Like,
Mhm.
and I'm pretty.
I enjoyed that plate. Like the refried beans were both not very beans.
I'll eat refried, but
Oh, okay. It depends. I'm picky with my beans, especially
they have good beans there.
they do.
They do have good beans
and
there.
the chips and the
And
salsa. The
The
salsa.
Tostitos chips, straight out of the bag.
I am not mad.
They're good chips though.
They are.
But the tamale was really good. It was
So
like
good.
spiced really well. The masa was it
a
was
good
all good.
consistency.
It was
It,
all
wasn't
good. Like,
dry.
and not just for theme park good.
Yeah.
Honestly, a good tamale. All right, we just got the world's most giant tamale from Food
it is
etc.
pretty freaking big. I will try to show it. Not
Also
how big this thing is.
incredibly expensive.
It's a
Is
whole
this
meal.
the same song?
Yes.
This is playing it on loop. Let's eat this
Yes.
gigantic tamale.
It's large. It's a whole meal.
I'll say like the quality seems to be better, but we're
The
paying
prices
3
are
times
so
as much.
more.
Or
Last
2.5
year,
times.
We were paying like I think $8-9, most 10. I think it was like $8 to $9 for, and they were smaller portions. But these are straight on meals, so it's a good thing to share. Otherwise, you're eating like one thing.
Ooh, I got a little spice on that one.
Ooh.
The masa's actually not bad either. And that's normally where you
Can go wrong.
You go wrong with tamales.
It's not dry.
It's not overpowering either.
Kind of holds it all together really well.
Not too much of it either. It looks like there's gonna be, but it's filled. It's filled pretty well.
And then.
So then we walked. We did a little detour to the first light section, which is in like the steampunk area next to Twisted Colossus and Scream. And that place is pretty cool looking. That light area is.
That is my favorite. That was my favorite, and it still is my favorite. I enjoy it. It's unique.
Yeah.
I will say it's just the music wasn't as pumping.
Last year was so loud. It was so loud.
Two prior years. The first year I was blown away by that area. I really liked it. There was like even a little fog going on, and I don't think it was. I don't think
there
it was
no fog this time.
And
I think they had a Snope last year there. Yeah.
They had Snope a lot of areas.
Yeah. There was no Snope
There was
this year.
no Snope. I think they pulled back on a couple things, but it's okay. It still was beautiful.
That area was really nice.
Yes. And I discovered something new over there too. So
oh yeah, they have boba.
They do. They have boba.
Who knew?
One day, that day that I go get nachos, I'm gonna have to get some boba too. Things.
So then there's the Metropolis. It's not really Metropolis area. It's the area that there's nothing to do. There's like
the DC area.
Yeah, it used to have a bunch of rides there, like flat rides.
Oh, okay.
They took all the flat rides out, and it's basically just the entrance to Batman now, and a bunch of tables.
Like Wonder Woman?
It's by Wonder Woman. You don't get into Wonder Woman there. So like literally the only thing to do there is to get in is the Batman ride and tables.
There were a lot of tables.
Nothing to eat.
No, nothing. There wasn't even like there's usually like a water cart that has like snacks and like maybe frozen lemonade, but there were just tables.
Just tables. But they did have the big bulbs, like these lit up bulbs that you could go inside, and everyone was taking pictures, and that was a neat photo.
Yeah.
They moved those. Those used to be further up, kind of by way of West Coast Racers. Is
true. Weren't they also by the Dark Ride, the Justice League?
Yeah, there was Justice League. Yeah, there was a few there too. So yeah, they moved all that stuff though. So
it was needed. That area is pretty.
There's nothing
empty. So at least there's some foot traffic there and spreading out. We tried to go to Food ETC, or no, not Food, Ace of Clubs, and there wasn't really anything there.
No, they had like one thing. It was basically, I think, the turkey leg.
Oh, slider?
No, it was a pulled pork sandwich.
Okay.
And the only difference was you could get cranberry sauce on it if you want it or not. It was optional.
So holiday.
So we didn't get anything there. And we moved over to the West Coast Racers area, which had some cool trees, actually. Like the little trees and like the lights on the trees were really, really cool. So those were new. And we went, I forget the name of the taco place, but it's like turbocharged
tacos?
I think it's turbocharged tacos or something. Now, we have experience with these.
Yes, we do.
When we went there for the taco festival, we ended there, and they had the worst taco.
They were just chicken tacos, but they were so flavorless.
Yeah.
And just not good. And that's what we ended with.
And we were so full. So we were like, okay, what is this gonna? We were hoping for a redemption arc, and they had pupusas, which I haven't had a pupusa in a very long time.
Same, and like these sounded good. They were like bean and cheese pupusas with like
the slaw on top.
Yeah, like the pickled slaw on top.
You could also get a street corn there.
Yes, but I mean, I literally had that like last week, so it's easier to get those.
Holiday street corn.
Yeah, but we wanted the pupusas, and we got pupusas, and they were
fine. They were fine.
Okay, to be honest, we still need a redemption of that place.
It was an improvement on the tacos.
It wasn't terrible.
The filling was good. It was bean and cheese pupusas. The filling was tasty. I feel like they used the same beans they use over on the nachos and Taco
Which we
ETC.
love those.
And the inside was really good, but it
Yes.
was just
Outside was too.
it was thick.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
And
a little hard too. Like
It wasn't hard. They were pretty soft to me. I thought they were soft. It was just there was a lot. I didn't find them hard at all.
I was not a fan.
Yeah. All right, we're over here at the Twin Charge Tacos, right next to West Coast Racers, in between West Coast Racers and Apocalypse. And we got some pupusas, also $15. This is a redemption arc, hopefully, because the last time they had a special thing here, it was the tacos, and they weren't.
Yeah, that was pretty lackluster. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that there is definitely an upside to these.
Yeah, they got the correct condiments,
Yes. A cabbage slaw? Pickled cabbage
something
slaw?
like that. It's been a long time since I had a pupusa.
Same. We've been talking about this for a while.
Better than the tacos, but the tamale is better.
Tamale was legit. This one's really big.
There's a lot. There's a lot of the breading around it, which I mean
yeah.
pupusas do have, but it seems a little bit thicker than I'm used to.
Yeah. These are very big portions again. When I think of pupusas, I think of like small little discs. Just like a tamale.
Yeah,
It's like jumbo size.
everything's supersized for the holidays.
Yeah, I think they definitely pivoted from last year where it was like a little smaller bites. There's a lot of like big entrees
Yeah.
going on at these food places.
So at that point, we're getting a little full, and we wanted to go to Katie's Kettle because I remember that they were supposed to have drinks somewhere there, and they also had like more like their big thing was a turkey leg with cranberry sauce.
They called it a reindeer leg, which is a little messed up, but okay.
Whatever.
I totally would love a turkey leg with cranberry sauce, but it was.
I
These are
I didn't
so
have any room
big.
for it.
I had room. I just don't think I needed.
I also
a
don't really
huge-
love turkey legs.
Yeah, I mean that's a commitment. Like a turkey leg is a commitment.
There was a little group playing some Christmas music
There
that was very nice. They were really good.
Yes. I kind of wish we had something
Drinks.
to eat or drink. Yeah, and
Drinks,
there was so
they were
many
good. They were very
tables too. So that was kind
And
of.
there were actually people just chilling watching them.
Yeah,
they were
just
that
having
good.
beer.
They were that good.
I was a little jealous of the people having beer. I'm like, huh, dang, that sounds good.
So yeah. So then, but that area, walking up to that area from the West Coast Racers used to have lights everywhere. The entire path going up into that little area where Tatsu is. There are no lights in that area. So
Yeah.
that was kind of a letdown. So then we're like, okay, let's go down to where like Viper is, because that area used to be lit up too like crazy.
And like tons of Christmas music, and that was my favorite part. Like all these little areas that don't really have rides or anything to look at, it was just adorned in lights.
Yeah, just everywhere. Like
And like music pumping, and it just got you in the feels. And they pulled back on that. There was none of that
yeah.
in those areas, which
There's
is a
it was
bummer.
I said like they're almost like scare zones, but light zones. Like
Yes.
now, when you do exit, kind of going towards the front of the park, away from Viper, there is another light area, and that was pretty cool.
Yes, they were playing a song from The Greatest Showman, the pink version, which was lovely, and they had it synchronized to the song, so like the lights were kind of dancing along with the song, which was really cute.
Yeah, it looked really cool. And a few of the animals that they had in the past that were lit up, and that was about it.
Yeah, they took some of those away, which was a bummer.
Oh, we wanted to get wings at full throttle. but
And drinks, but the
$17.
goodness, yes, for $5, y'all, that's
like $3.50 a wing.
like what? I mean,
At that point, I was a little bummed out, to be honest, because like
yeah.
when I go to these food things, I want to try a little of something and like go all around the park and make it feel like a whole thing. We were pretty much done with this in 2 hours because like there's only so much you can eat when you're getting full on meals,
We
even if you're sharing.
literally had 3 things to eat
Yeah.
today. We literally tried 3 things.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a bummer.
And we couldn't find where to get a drink.
Yes,
Besides,
we want.
I wasn't gonna walk all the way back to Full Throttle at that point, and
No,
I
yeah.
would have rather had a drink at the start of the day. So we probably should have done that differently
Yeah.
because I'm about to get in the car and drive home.
Yeah, that's probably not a good.
I don't want to have a
Yeah.
drink and then get in my car and drive
Yeah.
home.
So noted for next time. That was like the second thing we would have done if we had followed the order. But we're like, oh, let's. Well, I think it was to
We
be
were
honest.
scared
It
after
was the chicken wings.
we wanted.
too.
Well, we were scared on 2 fronts. One, we just had a massive potato,
Yes.
and we were scared of like filling up before we got anywhere past the front of the park.
Spoiler alert, that still happened.
Kind of. And then 2, when we saw the $17 price tag, I was like,
For 5. Like, ugh, yeah.
let's go look elsewhere. Then we'll come back. We'll come back. And we didn't. So
No, we did not.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of wish I was thinking that we would come back to get like a beverage. Although I thought that we would find the beverage.
I thought we would find a
Because
beverage.
there were
along
more
the
than
way.
one place.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was more than one place that had.
I don't
alcoholic
drink a lot of
beverage.
beer anymore either. There was at least I found 2 beer spots. So if you like beer, you can make up for our time at Oktoberfest.
Because what's an Oktoberfest with no beer?
But yeah, the last thing I'll just say, and we wanted to touch on, was the information around this event is like non-existent. So it's not on their app. It says on the app that there's a food festival going on, but it doesn't click to anywhere.
It says coming soon, and it is 11:25. This thing started, I think, the 23rd. So
Yeah.
like it's only been a couple days, but you know, if you wanna have people trust your information that you are supplying, you probably should be a little up to date, especially if this thing's already live.
And it doesn't really tell you what time the food starts. If it starts, I still don't know. It could be all day they have it. I don't know. Most of the time, these things start at a certain time and end at a certain time. So, I don't know if it's an all day thing. I'm gonna guess it might be, but we couldn't find out because it just says select dates.
Yeah, that's funny. Like
Not
it's-
actually doesn't tell you when it is.
Yeah, it wasn't until we walked into the park, toward it
It
was
was at the theater, like
yeah, and like the entrance and has like a little moniker, and it said holidays in the park, Friday through Sunday, and on the app it says select dates, and I think that's the messaging throughout, like on their website, on probably on the Instagram, social media. But they don't say that. You have to click on the calendar and click on the individual days. And there were days I would just click on random days throughout the week that they were open. And some of them didn't have the picture, like, oh, holidays in the
Mhm.
park. So that's how you knew if it was happening or not. But there's no like actual universal messaging like what days they
in the
are.
past years, it was on the app. You could literally go and all the other food festivals we've been there, you could go there and see
And the information on
like,
it. Yeah, it was really bizarre.
where it was and what food they had. At least, at the very least, you could find that out.
Yeah. But yes, I've been touting this to so many people. I've been saying that this is better than certain places, Disneyland, for Christmas. And I don't know if I can say that anymore for like based on this experience. Like it's definitely toned down the lights and it's not as immersive as I would like it to
No.
be and how it's been. So that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, it used to be like a thing, and during the pandemic, they did it as a drive-through.
Which was, you know, other places could have done stuff like that,
Yeah.
but they didn't.
Yeah,
Six Flags was the only one, so go Six Flags.
they just it wasn't. I won't say they half-assed it. This was a
No, no.
conscious decision to tone it down
Mhm.
and to make the food bigger and better.
Bigger and pricier.
And I'd say better too.
Okay, yes.
It was these are, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens next year. We'll see what happens at their other food festivals if they decide to go this route.
Any final thoughts?
No, I need a drink.
Okay. Oh yeah. It is already 9 o'clock.
It's almost 9 o'clock and I haven't had a drink. I've got to make up for lost time.
Yes.
I guess. Bye.
Bye.